Rumors of War 3 that we exposed last night, and Congressman Gomer's been on this for a while, and I want to play this exchange between him and Janet Napolitano. We'll have him explain it here in a second. But here he is saying there's a guy from the Muslim Brotherhood who stole important documents from Texas about security, and you've just put him in the Department of Homeland Security?
Yeah, and this is a little segment, a little clip from the show last night, Rumors of War 3, and it's a little bit of a setup on who this guy is.
In 2002, Mohammed El-Abiari founded the Freedom and Justice Foundation in Plano, Texas. Freedom and Justice is the political party of the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. He was appointed a member of the Homeland Security Advisory Council, which meant El-Abiari had access to security documents. In October of 2011, it was reported he took sensitive reports from the Texas Department of Public Safety.
Now you're going to hear Congressman Gomer questioning Janet Napolitano about it.
Were you aware of that?
No.
Thank you, Mr. I'm telling you it happened. Do we need to appoint somebody, or will you have that investigated yourself, and if so, by whom?
Well, since I don't know the facts, I'll have to look into the facts.
So you'll be the one to make that call?
We'll have somebody, it'll be myself or someone.
Does it concern you at all that it happened?
The gentleman's time has expired.
And we never get to hear if it concerned her at all. We never, and of course, on the special, you see that nobody's been contacted.
They haven't done
no
anything about it. Not done anything about it. Congressman Gomer is with us now. Congressman.
Yes, it's great to be with you. And basically, we did get our answer, not verbal, but a nonverbal answer to the question, does it concern you? Obviously, the answer is no. And by the way, can I just insert, the bumper going out the last hour, you had the president making a statement, and I know you're a fair guy, Glenn, and you always try to congratulate people when they do a good job, and I think we ought to do that with the president. The president made a 100% accurate statement in that bumper, and we ought to give him credit. He said, in America, prosperity doesn't trickle down on us, and he is 100% right. Since he's been president, it is not prosperity that's trickling down on us right now.
Okay,
so we give him credit for that. He called that one right.
Let me go to who this guy was that you were saying took sensitive documents from the state of Texas. First of all, who is he? When was he appointed? To what position? And what were the documents that he took?
Well, he, Mohammed El-Abiari, he seemed like a very nice guy. I did meet him one time. But then you look at what's out there, what he has done online, communications with the Dallas Morning News, things that he has said in public. And you know that when there was a great international tribute to the, quote, great Islamic visionary Ayatollah Khomeini back in 2004. He was one of the featured speakers up there giving tribute to the Ayatollah Khomeini.
Wait.
There was nobody
the leader of
in there, so we don't know exactly what he said, but he was a featured speaker to give tribute to Khomeini.
The leader of the Iranian Revolution.
The leader of the Iranian Revolution, who Carter initially welcomed as a man of peace after he cut the legs out from under the Shah, like we did with Mubarak, and welcomed him as a man of peace, and we still have soldiers dying because of the mistake of embracing that man initially.
Okay, so that's good. So then he
El-Abiari, you asked things. He in his own writings, he has written defenses of Syed Qutb. This is the Egyptian radical whose writings Osama bin Laden said were an inspiration for him to be violent. And they have inspired people, radical Muslims, to be violent. And he's defended this guy in writing. You can find the writings. And then not only that, he has written about how wrong it was to prosecute the Holy Land Foundation's funding of terrorism. 5 people were convicted, I believe, of 105 counts of funding terrorism. There were 200 or so named
co-conspirators
in that, And she has embraced them. And in fact, one of those was Islamic Society of North America, and their president, Imam Majid, has access to everything. You know, you can go online and find the Deputy National Security Advisor's speech where he starts out by saying, I want to thank Imam Majid, and you did a wonderful job leading us in prayer in the White House for the Iftar celebration last September. And then the speech that the president gave to try to upstage Prime Minister Netanyahu when he was on his way over here last year. Majid was was an advisor on that. And then when he gave the speech in the inner sanctum of the State Department, Majid was there. He's all over the place, and he's the one that's been demanding of the FBI that they go through and cleanse all their documents. ISNA sent out an email blast just in the last 2 or 3 months saying that they had met with Director Mueller of the FBI, and he's assured them that they've gone through hundreds of thousands of pages of training material for our agents, and they are cleansing out anything that basically the Muslim Brotherhood and ISNA would find objectionable.
Okay, so this guy is involved in all of this. Yesterday, we found out that not only has the FBI done this, Department of Homeland Security, but now the Pentagon is scrubbing everything that is found objectionable by the Muslim Brotherhood.
And
so,
as one of our intelligence guys told me, he said, we're going to have trouble seeing our enemy since we're in the process of completely blinding ourselves. Mm. But with regard, you asked about Elibiari, some of the other things, Napolitano appointed him, I believe, in 2010 to be part of her Countering Violent Extremism Working Committee to advise her on how to handle radical Islam. But since you can't use those words together, you can't even mention Islam. That's one of the things that's been scrubbed.
And this is 8 years after he founded the Freedom and Justice Society in Plano, here in the Dallas Metroplex, which is an arm of the Muslim Brotherhood, right?
That's right. And so I had information personally that 10 of the 12 people that she put on her Countering Violent Extremism Working Committee, because you don't want to use radical Islam, that's not good, that 10 of the 12 were Muslim Brotherhood. So I asked her that in that questioning session, and her answer was basically, I really don't know. I'll have to get back with you on that. And, of course, she never has.
How does somebody not know that?
Wow. That's a great question. How do you not know whether you have 10 of 12 of your advisors that are Muslim Brotherhood?
And you know full well she knows. They've had these people investigated thoroughly.
No, but she couldn't know because that would mean she'd lied to Congress. And surely you're not saying she would do that.
Yes, no, you're not. I am. She's lying to you.
Well, okay, so that's restrained by House rules. We can't say the president or any of those people have lied. But one of the papers up here said I sure was skirting the line when I said we know the president wouldn't lie because of the House rules, but whoever's putting his words in his teleprompter sure is. But anyway.
Okay, wait. So what is it that he stole? What kind of documents?
Well, after she had him on her Countering Violent Extremism Working Group, she decided to move him to the all-important actual Homeland Security Advisory Council. This is a big one. And this is the one that is her ultimate kitchen cabinet on what she should do. She elevates him to that level and gives him secret security clearance. Now, the law requires that to get a secret security clearance, you have to fill out this massive paperwork. You got to have FBI check your background, and you're probably familiar. You get calls. Tell us about this person. They're doing their background check on somebody that's getting a security.
So, in other words, if somebody was filling this out, let's say you're going to go work for the president, and as a green job czar, it would come out at some point that you were a communist.
If you were.
You would think
okay, all right,
that it would come out, and you would think
sure
that if you thought the Ayatollah Khomeini was a great Islamic visionary,
it might come out.
Yeah, it should come out, you would think.
If you're a member of the Muslim Brotherhood, it might come out.
It might come out. Yeah, okay.
You would think. This is Homeland Security. They're supposed to know everything in order to protect us.
And I contend they do.
Well, that's what we don't know. And if they don't know these things that were being brought up, then they're the most incompetent branch of government or department or agency that we've got. How could you not know these things? They're public information. But we have asked privately for any information about was he properly vetted? Was he investigated? Did he fill out that massive questionnaire as the law requires? And we get no response. And the only way you can force a response is if you have Congress with strong enough backbone to stand up and say, at least a majority in both houses, to say, you either get this or we're cutting off every dime of your funding. And
I'd like to help you get that.
This may shock you, but we're not there yet.
No, but I'd like to help that happen.
Yeah.
Congressman Gomer, how is it that you're the only one even asking about this? How is this?
There are others, and actually, you just get overwhelmed. I mean, you're drinking from a fire hydrant here in Washington, and as the old saying goes, no matter how cynical you get, it's never enough to catch up. It's really true. But there are people that are cynical and concerned, but they're busy in other different committees, and so they're not even aware. So we, with some other members of Congress and people that you consider and I consider to be really staunch people, they are getting educated on this because there is, education on our enemy is just being destroyed. So here you have a guy. He's got a secret security clearance, and then to go to your question, what did he do? How did he get access? Well, once he had the security clearance of secret, that was a gift from Napolitano, who said she doesn't know whether Muslim Brotherhood or not. Easy to find out if she bothered. Well, then he was able to get online at his home and access this classified information, and this is the state and local community database that he was able to access through his clearance, and that is information that is classified from the different states and local communities about people that are potentially terrorists and all. He downloaded, they're sophisticated enough to figure out what computer, what number of the computer got on. So whose was it? Well, it was his. It was done from his home, and he accessed the state and local community database, downloaded documents that were from the Texas DPS, and then tried to shop them around to major media to try to embarrass Texas for being Islamophobes.
Oh my gosh.
Glenn, I know you get called because I hear you being called an Islamophobe.
Whatever.
I get called an Islamophobe all the time, and I think if my people that want to call me an Islamophobe had seen me Sunday in Kabul having moderate Muslims come out and hug my neck over and over, and I hugged them because I liked them. These were our allies that initially defeated the Taliban, and now this administration is throwing them under the bus, negotiating with the Taliban. They just got everything backwards. But you and I, we embrace Muslims who are moderate, who don't want to kill us.
I have friends who are Muslim who don't want to kill us, and who beg all the time, please, Glenn, please help us.
Get this information out.
I know. All right, Congressman.
She's done nothing. She's responded to nothing other than she apparently, as you played, she said, well, she would be the one to determine whether anything would be done.
It always is.
And she has done nothing. She has not done anything about this, and she is not responding to congressional inquiries about what she's done, but it's pretty clear nothing's been done.
Okay.
And so, this is Homeland Security supposedly protecting us. Our number one job, provide for the common defense.
Congressman, I appreciate it. I thank you so much, and we'll stay in touch. I want to follow this story and
stay after the bad guys, the ones who want to kill us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. This actually came out in Rumors of War 3 last night. If you didn't watch it, please watch it today. It is so critical that you pass this on to your friends. Go to glennbeck.com and click on How to Spread the Word on Rumors of 3. I want you to Facebook it. I want you to tweet it. Get it out into the system as much as you possibly can. People can watch it, and, they sign up for GBTV. Watch it and cancel. Doesn't matter. I don't really care. Watch it, please. If you're in a 9/12 group, if you're in a Tea Party group, watch it. You won't walk away from this thing without thinking to yourself, seriously, and I think the independents will walk away and say, there's no way this president doesn't know what he's doing. There's no way. The president is an unindicted co-conspirator. I just don't think there's any way that you walk away from this. And it's all well documented. We're putting out a deal with all of the sources so you can share it with your friends. Don't take our word for it. Do your own homework. But it's shocking. And it ties in the border, the Muslim Brotherhood, and the administration.